probably who failed to make a selection.
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what's happening. Schools heads of schools are meeting at Uma Showgrounds, Ugogo, and several heads of schools are there, and they're going to select candidates or pick lists from the list that they have to pick candidates based on their cutoff points.
Yes.
So Dennis Mujimba, who is the spokesperson of Ministry of Education and Sports, said that this exercise is best. All schools are going to be having like about 3 lists. The first list is for those ones who picked you as the first choice.
The first choice, yes.
And that in that list, if you meet the requirements, that means the cutoff points, and you selected them as the first choice, you're automatically admitted in the school. But if you do not meet the cutoff points, even if you put them as first choice, you may not be admitted. But then there's a second list where you did not select them, or you selected them as a first choice, but you failed to meet the requirements.
Okay.
Which is either you couldn't meet the aggregates that they require, the cutoff points, or some other issues that you failed to come up with to be able to be admitted. So then there's the third list. The third list is for those ones who failed to select, but probably you performed well. Maybe you got 4 aggregates. So schools are going to be having those 3 lists, and from there they will be selecting. Of course, we know that those traditional schools where the cutoff points are usually 6 or 5,
Definitely.
And depending on the performance, because what we know is that this year candidates performed really well. I think it was 91% pass for most candidates compared to last year where they were 88%. So because the performance was really high, the cutoff points are also going to be high. If they were supposed to be 6, one of those traditional elite schools will put at 5.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Direction. Now this is when
so what are you saying?
Whether
Corruption.
your parent is a gamba no or
who is who?
Haro. Is this headmaster Bwana Good? That's when they start using the words Bwana Johnny.
By the way.
Yes, it is me, your friend. I was in that school in 1984. But now you say I have my muzukur.
I picked a school as my first choice, but I think I failed to go to that school. But I went to the second choice that I picked. Maybe because I didn't have that, that much and... But but at least the second choice I picked, I went to, right?
Did you regret your choice?
No, I didn't regret my choice. Because one of those traditional schools that, that was really a good school. So
I remember.
For me, that's okay.
I was crying. I was depressed. I was feeling bad. The cutoff point was what? Was it 6? Was it 5?
Yeah, I said 5. I think the first school cutoff point was 5.
Yeah, it was like a 5. Then I had like a 6. And then they made a phone call. I remember it was about lunchtime. To Omotu Yambe Omwana Kandi, and then the next thing I know, I'm admitted.
Who is whose?
And got expelled in first term.
For being a stubborn kid. Oh my God.
I'll never forget. But we wish you luck, and you know, for the school I went to for my senior one, we had instances where some big officials just used to come and dump their kids and call the HM after.
Yeah. But I think it's still...
My son has gone to the name like a dormitory. My son has gone to new house.
But because some
they didn't go through the selection process.
They don't
nothing.
have to, because some of them, some of these guys are probably supporters to the school. They have financially contributed to the progress of that school. So in a way, the school is in debt to them. Yeah.
So they skip the system.
They skip the system.
That's why I love Heaven Palm.
Because
these
people have contributed in another way towards the development of the school.
That is
so
making
the other
us
way also
lame
has to.
as human beings. Because when we are going to heaven, we shall not skip lines. There will be no gamba, no gu. It will be your record.
Let's forget about heaven
Palm,
first. We are on earth.
To give Henry money.
You always quote the animal, the what? Animal Farm book. And you can see our fingers. They're not equal at all. So in life, those principles must always play out. Somewhere, somehow, there is that principle of unfairness. I don't know if it is one of the principles of life.
Nenga selection process in a guadi.
It ends tomorrow because
it's a 2-day process.
But remember, there are about 64,000 candidates who were not selected. I mean, who were ungraded.
Yes.
who were ungraded. So these ones who are ungraded, they will not be able to be part of the selection process.
Exactly.
But all these others, because there are thousands of head teachers who are meeting there.
There are schools that would admit like 1,000, like 1K.
Yes.
Senior 1 kids. 1K.
And then there are schools that have a particular number.
Yes.
For us, we are taking 64 candidates. Over 100. Henry, there are schools like that. We want only 100. So for you to get to that 100, man.
That's why international schools work, by the way.
Yeah.
You just go, now me, my son, I want him to work on the Cambridge syllabus. Your son got like 19. Anyhow, what else do we have happening in this beautiful country?
Well, we are aware that the Supreme Court is supposed to give its ruling on the Michael Kabazikuruka versus Attorney General case for trying civilians in the General Court Martial. They did make that announcement officially, released the statement and said on 31st of December, which is tomorrow, officially the Chief Justice, that is Owinyi Dolo, is going to be reading out the ruling. Now, yesterday at the FDC Katonga, the breakaway faction, some of the members who were there, including Francis Mwijike, MP, Waswa Bidigwa, Atkins Katushabe, and several others, had statements to present prior to this judgment coming up, which is ahead of this judgment coming up tomorrow. They're accusing the Supreme Court. They say they are privy to information that the Supreme Court is indeed going to rule that civilians should not be tried in military courts. They have received reliable info. However, they know that this is still a conspiracy to try Besigye in military court. Why? Because there is part of the ruling that they have heard of that is going to state that however, if a civilian is working with a serving military officer, then they will be tried
in a military court.
And remember, recently they got one captain Omala, Dennis, was also added onto the list, amended charge sheet as one of the accomplices. So he's one of the co-accused and he's a soldier, serving military soldier. So for them, they are saying that this is a conspiracy. That is why all of a sudden the General Court Martial had to add. So you can just listen.
So that movie still has episodes coming out.
But it has been choreographed at this time such that there may be blanks which are left, and those blanks will be filled with the Colonel Dr. Chiza Besigye. And we are aware that in this judgment, for example, they are going to judge that the civilians will not be tried in the court martial. But they are going to judge at the same time that civilians who are collaborating with the army or security personnel will be prosecuted in the court martial. Now, that comes the scenario of Captain Ola. You see how the things are being choreographed? It comes now to the scenario of Captain Ola, who was now brought in the case of Chiza Besigye and Haj Obed Ritare later in the case. And that is what we are saying, that we already know the ruling. It is very unfortunate.
He called it choreography. The things are being choreographed.
However, the representation of the judiciary has not released any statement concerning these allegations. I think so. We cannot really say that this is based on facts, because this is their allegations against the judiciary. So let's wait and see what the Chief Justice reads in his judgment tomorrow, and how it plays out for civilians at large.
We shall keep you posted. I'm already agasingako gali kuchitimba chapfe ku www.galaxyfm.co.uk. It's a discussion of the stories that you too can be a part of. Kunoti musamvu, emunoti bidi, emunoti bidi. Have you ever had a craving, like a very, very bad, nasty, strong craving of like a roller? You want to crave like a Rolex. You're craving like a Rolex.
Yeah.
And porridge.
What? No, I've never had like such crazy. Okay, insane craving in the morning.
Yeah.
I think there was one. I mean, maybe I think I was pregnant by that time.
Oh wow.
I craved sweet potatoes.
And
hot tea.
Black tea.
And hot, yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That is like the most insane craving I've ever had. Like for food, we're talking about food, right?
What is the worst thing you've ever done for a craving?
The worst thing I've ever done.
Like moving at 3 a.m.
Yes, I think
sweet potatoes.
No, I've not moved that. I'm looking for sweet potatoes at 3 a.m. But I have bothered someone to get me something. Like I think I was craving goat's meat.
Okay.
Yeah. And I wanted it like about 4 a.m. in the morning.
Were you pregnant?
Yeah, I was pregnant. Of course, it has to happen when I'm pregnant. Because for normal circumstances, by 4 a.m., why am I craving goat's meat and telling someone I need to have it?
The heart wants what
and
it
where
wants.
would they even get it at 4 a.m., man? Places are locked up.
You know how it is.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Galaxy FM TV. For more of this, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Galaxy FM TV. For more of this, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Galaxy FM TV. For more of this, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Galaxy FM TV. For more of this, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Galaxy FM TV.